especially those that are just discovering about this, that are wondering what they can do. And I would like to know what you recommend for people if you feel that educating oneself is important, or if you offer some kind of tools for empowerment in the communities in which people are experiencing this.
Well, we absolutely do, and there's many different things that can be done. And as you know, a movement starts with awareness. And while millions of people have become awakened to this, there's still a large majority of the population who's totally unaware of geoengineers' plans and the fact that we are being sprayed. So I really encourage people to purchase a DVD that helps me address this 7 days a week. But we've listed the copyright on the film, so anybody who purchases a copy, we encourage them to duplicate and hand out for free as a result. We have people all around the world who are duplicating. I'm actually duplicating right now. I go and hit the streets and hand out free DVDs. So that's the first step of it. You can go to whatintheworldarethespraying.info or truthmediaproductions.us. And again, we need to reciprocate and help each other out. But I do encourage everybody to make copies and hand this out for free. The film is also available on YouTube, so check that out, and please pass it on to your family and friends so that they become aware of this issue. But there are many other things that can be done, like in Hawaii, we're addressing this politically, and that's very important, but it's not the end-all and say-all of that. There are many different things that can be done. Also, our bodies are, as we talked about earlier, being toxified with aluminum, barium, strontium, and many other substances that they're spraying out there. So it's real important to use chelation to remove these toxins from your body. I use chlorella, bentonite, and zeolite, and those remove heavy metals out of the body. And it's real important because of these toxins and how damaging they are. But, we could go on for 3 days to talk about the things. And I really encourage people to look within their own hearts. And when we're little children, we're always taught to look to somebody else for instruction on what to do. And while sometimes I think it's important to plant seeds, I think the real power comes when we look in our own heart and see what our skills are and see what our abilities are and then move upon that. And I really believe that is the point of power that we have within ourselves.
Well, that's beautifully and brilliantly said. I couldn't agree with you more on that one either. Rather than following somebody's predetermined path telling us what we should and shouldn't do, what I'm hearing you say is that we follow our own heart and intuition and inner guidance, and we will automatically know what to do based upon what we're experiencing directly from our own inner sources. One of the things that I wanted to say before the show gets too much into the end of the hour was to thank G. Edward Griffin for his tireless efforts at bringing the truth to all of us. He has had a hand in this film, I believe, and he does so much. I remember a decade or so ago first hearing of and reading The Creature from Jekyll Island, which was about the Federal Reserve. Nobody else has brought that information, as far as I know, of as clearly and as tirelessly as he has. And I subscribe to his Reality Zone Unfiltered News, which has some very pointed, honest articles that you don't read in the newspaper or here on the news. So I just wanted to kind of get a plug in for Mr. Griffin, who he is such a bright light in the world for all of us, as are you. Do you have a personal relationship with Mr. Griffin?
I do, and he's been a good friend and also a mentor. We've also started the Coalition Against Geoengineering together.
Oh, good.
So that's a coalition that addresses this issue. He actually started it, but he's the chairman, and I'm not much for titles, but I'm the president of the coalition. So we're working, as you said, tirelessly to bring these truths out to people and really develop a strong force who can fight for our right to breathe clean air, fight for our right to eat organic foods, and live in an environment that's not 100% corporately controlled.
Yes, again, beautifully said. And the both of you and those who are directly and indirectly involved with this movement have my heartfelt thanks for hanging in there. I first found out about this about 15 years ago when somebody pointed it out to me, the chemtrails in the skies, and it took me another 10 years before I began to actually see them. So it is a process, and for those of you out there who are still saying that, this is a bunch of, fluff, well, it's not. It's chaff. And it really is there, but take your time in finding out more about it. Don't believe us. Go do your own research and investigate, Google these various subjects, and find out for yourself and start thinking for yourself, because that really is the key to our freedom. Going within and thinking for yourself. And thankfully, Michael, we have people like you to help us and empower us to create kind of a ladder so that we can, or a bridge, so that we can begin to use that bridge to think more clearly. Before we go, apparently this hour has flown by pretty quickly. It's hard to believe. I think I've managed to blather on for much of it, but that's okay. Before we go, would you like to share your sites where people can find your work? And where will you be in the near future? Are you going to be doing any public screenings, or will you be at public gatherings that you would like to talk about?
Well, I've been attending Occupy LA, and we actually have a huge banner that says Chemtrails Geoengineering equals Crimes Against Humanity. So it's getting exposure to thousands of people, and a lot of people who work in the city building have been coming up and asking questions. So it's really fantastic. So then I'll be going to Chicago and participating in some of the events there at Occupy Chicago, and working with those groups. So I'm duplicating DVDs right now so we can hand them out for free, get them into the hands of people. It's real important to let people know that don't believe this. Well, for the stated record, geoengineers are planning on doing this. There have been a number of congressional hearings on this issue, so it's not theory at all. These are facts that we're talking about.
That's
and
right.
If you care about your future and the future of the planet, you better become aware of this, because we need you on board with us. And so please look into that. You can check out some of my other interviews and some articles that I've written on truthmediaproductions.us. And also, again, we encourage everybody who purchases a DVD to make copies and hand out for free. That can be found on whatintheworldaretheySpraying.info. And it also helps support our work so that we can address this 7 days a week. I work totally off of DVD sales and donations. So it's sometimes gets pretty tight, but I would not give it up for anything. This is definitely a labor of love and a calling, and it's based on love for humanity and love for our planet, and those are definitely both in jeopardy.
Well, Michael, I can't support you enough in what you're doing. I purchased my copy from Amazon Books. I don't get any payments from Amazon for saying that, but that's where I got it. And I'm going to share it with as many people as I can. And I just want to thank you for bringing this out for all of us.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for covering this. I have the utmost respect for you and the work that you're doing, and I'm really glad. It was just an honor to speak about the spiritual aspect of this, and that's really what it comes down to. This is really a spiritual issue.
Well, thank you, Michael, and we can find out more in the next show with James Gillill. And so let's say goodnight, and thank everybody for listening, and thank you, Michael, so much.